Okay, so it's our first video blog, July 30th at about 4 o'clock in Haiti. We arrived actually about 7 hours ago now. Crazy. I'm just gonna ramble on about random stuff in a minute. The purpose of the video blog is for those who are back home to kind of not support them, but kind of show them what's going on, keep them updated, so either they're A, not worrying, and B, so that they can see testimonials and see exactly, like, kind of know day by day what is going on. Not so that we can, and it's a form of video diarying, video journaling, whatever, also for our own records to kind of look back in however long and be like, dang, remember when we did that? Dang, remember when we did that? And I think that's a huge part of why I felt led to do this, is to show other people and to keep track of what exactly. On the way here, our flight, on our first flight was from Ontario to Denver. Yeah, Denver. And on that flight, Dina was actually able to do some prophetic outreach through artwork with somebody next to him, and found out that through her artwork that he had lost his wife 5 years ago, and he was really mourning, and God wanted him to come back and to him and kind of rest in him. And so Dina was able to prophetically outreach to him and kind of minister to him.
Some kind of inner healing type stuff on the plane.
Yeah, inner healing, like emotional type stuff on the plane, like just some guy she was sitting next to, because she actually ended up sitting farther away from us. And then from Denver to Florida, what happened there? Did anything happen on the flight?
No.
No.
No. A nice guy sitting next to us.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I mean, we found somebody who had been a missionary in India. That lady was a minister. She had her own ministry in India with youth, and she, and so we were kind of able to talk with her and kind of hear some testimonials from her outreaches, and kind of almost inspire us and kind of fuel our want to, serve and everything. In Florida, we kind of stayed in a rougher part of Florida in where was it? Not Fort Lauderdale. And then we ended up having to walk probably about half a mile to an IHOP to eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, because our flights were super delayed and super late. So we're sitting there, and it was kind of an awkward tension of where the server almost didn't seem like she wanted us there, and so we were actually able to outreach to her, and my dad was able to ask and see if she needed any prayer for anything, and she was recovering from breast cancer. So we were able to not pray over her, but pray for her, and in praying for her, she kind of built, not really a relationship, but we were able to at least lighten her night up a little bit, and give her some prayer that was probably much needed, especially considering her circumstances. Yeah. So when we got here, it was crazy. It was hectic. Airport was just packed, and it was 90-degree weather with humidity that was it's ridiculous out right now.
What was your first look when you got into that, when you were in line and everything? What did you kind of feel like? What were your emotions when we got to that gate and you saw these people, these Haitians who were
I was not nervous, just I was trying to be a sponge, take in these people, just get a feel of the nation and the people, almost try and sense their need and what is going on. I'll never be able to experience the pain that they've experienced ever, I don't think. Well, we talked about how God's going to operate through us through almost a way of uplifting their leadership, and to the point where they're long haul. We're here for 2 weeks. They're here for years. We're here for a couple weeks once again. And so being able to uplift them is a huge effect, and being able to help create new disciples. You know what I mean? We're not called to go out and make churches. We're called to make disciples of all nations. You know what I mean? To go out, and we should make disciples and feed them into the churches that are already here, and then help the leadership out here. And so then they build a foundation of Christ in their churches that is a lasting impact rather than a sense of not like, oh, where'd you guys go? Like, you know, you guys were here, now you guys are gone. I don't know. Like, well, that's almost, you know, the apostles did after, you know, Christ's death. They just went out, made disciples, built churches, and they were gone, and then they let them bloom. How do I feel about Haiti? It's not a... This is complex. I don't know if... I feel like God has a lot of restoration to do. And he has a lot of hearts to heal. And that's our duty as Christians, to bring the love of God. I don't say as far as they lost hope, because obviously, I mean, to be able to go through this and walk around, you still got to have hope in something. That there's life, that there's something beyond this case. If you didn't have that source of there's something more, if you've lost everything, why would you sit around and walk around the streets?
So there's some strength.
There's strength in a higher calling that they know of, that they know that's embedded in their souls. That's embedded, that's written in their DNA to have a genetic yearning for something more. They have nothing left for themselves, but they know they still have something to offer. And that is Jesus.